Have you ever wondered why the race towards success often leads to a dead end? In our modern world, we're all too often under the societal pressure to achieve success quickly. This pressure can be overwhelming, pushing us to climb ladders at breakneck speed, often at the cost of our well-being. The concept of success has been somewhat distorted by this urgency. We've been led to believe that success is a destination, a final goalpost that once reached will bring us unparalleled happiness and fulfillment. But what if we've been looking at it all wrong? What if success is not a destination but rather a journey? Imagine success as a scenic road trip. The joy is not only in the destination but also in the journey itself. The pit stops, the detours, the unexpected discoveries along the way, these are all part of the experience. Rushing through them to get to the end as quickly as possible means missing out on all the beauty and growth opportunities along the way. When we rush towards success, we often sideline important aspects of our lives. Relationships, health, personal growth, and even our joy can get lost in the pursuit of success. We can end up feeling stressed, unfulfilled, and even burnt out. Burnout in particular is a serious consequence of this rush. It's an extreme state of physical and mental exhaustion caused by prolonged periods of stress. It's like running a marathon at a sprinter's pace. Eventually, you're going to run out of steam. The pressure to succeed quickly can also lead us to make rash decisions, to take shortcuts, to compromise on our values. We may achieve success, but at what cost? And is it really success if it leaves us feeling empty and dissatisfied? We need to redefine success. To understand it as a journey, a continuous process of learning, growing, and evolving. We need to take the time to enjoy the ride, to appreciate the milestones, and to learn from the setbacks. Rushing towards success isn't always the best strategy. Let's see why through some real-life examples. Consider the story of a tech startup CEO who burnt out after rushing for success. This tale is a poignant reminder of the costs of unbridled ambition. Let's call our protagonist Adam. Adam was the epitome of the go-getter. He had a vision for a piece of technology that could change the world, and he was eager to bring it to life. His startup was his brainchild, and he poured every ounce of his energy into it. He worked long hours, often into the wee hours of the morning. His life became a whirlwind of meetings, pitches, and coding marathons. He was always on, always pushing, always striving. His singular focus was to make his startup a success. But in his haste, Adam neglected other aspects of his life. He started missing meals, his sleep was erratic, and his health began to deteriorate. His relationships suffered too. His friends hardly saw him, and his family felt his absence keenly. Adam was physically present, but mentally he was miles away, lost in the labyrinth of his startup. Despite these warning signs, Adam pressed on. He believed that once he achieved success, he could make up for the lost time, mend his relationships, and restore his health. But success, as he soon discovered, was a mirage that kept receding further into the distance. One day, Adam collapsed in his office. He had pushed himself to the brink and his body gave in. He was diagnosed with severe burnout. The doctor ordered him to take a break and focus on his health. But by then the damage was done. His startup was left rudderless, and his dream crumbled. Adam's story is not an isolated one. Many ambitious individuals fall into this trap, believing that they can outrun burnout by achieving success. But the reality is, the faster we rush, the quicker we might burn out. It's crucial to remember that success is a marathon, not a sprint. And like any long-distance race, it requires a steady pace, regular breaks, and a balanced approach. Remember, the faster we rush, the quicker we might burn out. Now let's examine the story of a renowned author whose slow and steady approach led to her success. Imagine a woman, a writer, diligently crafting her narrative, word by word, sentence by sentence, day after day. She didn't start by aiming for bestsellers or literary awards. Instead, she embraced the art of storytelling, immersing herself in the beauty of language and the power of the written word. Let's call her Jane. Jane's journey wasn't a rapid rise to stardom. She spent years in the quiet corners of libraries, reading voraciously. She worked late into the night, honing her craft, refining her voice. She wrote and rewrote, edited and re-edited. There were days of frustration, moments of self-doubt, but Jane persisted. She was not in a race against time, but in a dance with creativity. Her first novel was not an instant hit. It received modest reviews and average sales, but Jane was undeterred. She continued to write, pouring her soul onto the pages, believing in the stories she had to tell. She knew that the path to success was not a sprint, but a marathon. As Jane's body of work grew, so did her audience. Readers began to appreciate the depth of her characters, the eloquence of her prose, the thoughtfulness of her narratives. Her second book garnered more attention, her third even more. Slowly but steadily, Jane's name began to echo in literary circles. Jane's patience and perseverance paid off when she received a prestigious literary award for her fourth novel. The recognition was sweet, but for Jane, the true success was in the journey. She had stayed true to her passion, nurtured her talent, and created stories that resonated with readers. Jane's story is a testament to the fact that success isn't about speed. It's about endurance, about resilience, about the courage to keep going even when the path is steep and the destination seems far. Success isn't about how fast you get there, but how well you travel the journey. So, what can we learn from these stories? From the frantic race of the tech CEO to the steady journey of the renowned author, it's clear that the path to success is not always a sprint. Patience, perseverance, and balance are the cornerstones of enduring success. It's about keeping a steady pace, not rushing towards the finish line. The CEO's story serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of haste. Burnout is a real threat when we push too hard or too fast. Conversely, the author's journey underscores the power of slow and steady progress. Their success didn't come overnight, but through consistent effort and patience. In our pursuit of success, let's not lose sight of the importance of balance. It's about the integration of work, rest, and play. We must remember that success is not just about the destination, but the journey. In the end, remember, it's the journey towards success that truly matters, not how quickly you reach the destination.